Hey guys, Dr. Andy here. Today I want to talk about Osgood-Schlatter's disease. It's not an injury that we see a whole lot here in the office, but every once in a while it does come up because we do treat a lot of youth athletes, okay? This injury is predominantly an injury in young male athletes between the ages of about 10 to 15. And usually it is a sport that you're playing at school. It's usually like maybe cross country, soccer, football. If your high school offers kind of like a track and field type of a sport, sometimes we do see it a lot with our jumping athletes as well. All right. So Osgood-Schlatter's disease is an avulsion fracture. So right down here is your tibial tuberosity. If you follow it along your lower leg bone, that kind of that shelf or that kind of spiky bone that you kind of feel all along the front, right below the kneecap, you feel a little bump. All right, so right up here, right below the kneecap, there's a little bump right here. That is called your tibial tuberosity. Osgood-Schlatter's disease is when that little bump actually pulls off of the rest of the bone. Okay, and it's actually coming from overuse of your quad muscles. So all of your quad muscles, right here, kind of big, beefy, right? They come down very narrow, go around the patella and attach at this little tiny point called the tibial tuberosity. That's a whole lot of power that goes to a very, very small place. So if you're playing tons of youth sports like running and cross country, a lot of jumping, that's a whole lot of work and a whole lot of overuse going from your quads through your kneecap to the little tibial tuberosity right down here, okay? The good news is that this, in stage 1, if this is happening to you, you're having some pain, you're actually having probably a little bit of swelling down here below the kneecap, okay? The good news about this type of an injury is that that will heal on its own, all right? What we want to do as a sports chiropractor and with our youth athletes, we want to, number one, obviously help it heal a little bit faster, but take away and help deal with some of the pain, but take away possibly some of the reasons that it happened to begin with. As I said at the beginning, this is an overuse injury, so think of it like this area is being worked too much, all right? So primary driver of that basically then is a muscle imbalance. Muscle imbalances happen as a result of either too much training or much more common instability. So if we've got like core instability, hip or knee instability, it's going to cause these muscles like the quads to work way too hard to do its job. So obviously it can be like overtraining, especially with like a cross-country runner or maybe a football player. But much more common is that we have some instability through the core and through the legs, all right? So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on that. While you're kind of resting and healing from the Osgood-Schlatter's, you definitely have to take a step back. You can't keep competing, all right? So while you're resting to allow this sucker to heal, we are going to work on reestablishing good core control, reestablishing good core stability, and get some stability going through the lower leg as well, or through the leg as well. On top of that, we can do some good muscle work, some low back and some hip work just to make sure everything is functioning at 100%. And as long as the core and the leg is functioning at 100%, by the time that heals, you're going to be in a much better position, not only to be less likely to hurt yourself, but possibly that your performance may increase as well, but being able to generate maybe more power, more endurance out of these muscles because they're a whole lot more loose and a lot more relaxed, and they're able to kind of perform at your higher level, all right? I hope you don't have Osgood-Schlatter's, but if you find this, don't worry. It does heal in time, and there's plenty of things that you can do about it in the meantime so that you can come out on the other end of this injury in a much better place. This is actually a great learning moment for you, okay? If you have any questions, you can always send them our way and reach out to us. Always remember to live with passion and not pain.